Some would say that what we saw today is chaos. Some would say it's not chaos. It's not a disaster. As a matter of fact, I saw Dan Bongino tweet out, "This is your republic at work." You have Mitch McConnell, who's going to be in Kentucky tomorrow with the President of the United States. You have this, whatever you want to call it in the House, whether you think it's a disaster or whether you think it's the republic at work. It is what it is. This is the GOP right now. You have Mitch McConnell's going to be with Joe Biden being used as a pawn in Kentucky tomorrow for this boondoggle bill that's all this money is supposed to be going for infrastructure, which, of course, we all know it's not. We went through this with Obama. But give me your idea of what you think is going on. We have people who went to McCarthy and said, seemingly, they all say now, it's all about conservatism. It's all about the party. It's all about the future. But meanwhile, we hear the stories of them going, hey, I need a committee chair, and you got my vote. Hey, I need to be on a subcommittee, then you got my vote. Well, you can't have it both ways. So which one is it?
Right. Look, in all seriousness, I did just get off the phone a few moments ago with a Republican lawmaker, one of the incoming freshmen. He said it is a bit of chaos behind the scenes. And what he told me point blank is that McCarthy feels like it's dead man walking because he gave away the store, as you say, to these conservatives. What do you want? Here's this. All the horse trading, all the kind of swamp deals. And still did not have the votes. Got less votes as the ballots went on. In the end, I think Jim Jordan had 20 votes in that third ballot that failed. Now they've kicked this off. They're punted it. They're in recess until about 5:30 tomorrow. Who knows? They might even have to push that back. So they're going to have a long night. And what this lawmaker told me, in all seriousness, that's real, is that he said, look, I just ran into Jim Jordan in the hallway. I said, Jim, you're going to do this? Because if you get McCarthy out, maybe there'll be a groundswell for you. And what Jordan said, again, and he said this before, he told this lawmaker, I want to run the Judiciary Committee, and there he is. I want to go after not just Hunter. He said, quote, I'm going after the big guy. And I think Jim Jordan is serious, and he's the guy who can do that. And frankly, guys, who wants to be speaker? Who wants all this crap? Who wants to deal with a 5-seat majority? Who wants to take all the incoming? He'd rather be a powerful chairman on offense instead of on defense. And so that's the inside dope. We can talk about that. Put that on the shelf for just 1 second. What the mainstream media is saying, I was taking a look and I was watching some stuff before I came here to get the latest. And they're saying this is a historic fail. The Republicans can't govern, just as you were saying. But that's what the mainstream media is going to say no matter what they do. They could have had the most successful day, and they'd say, oh, they're insurrectionists, and they're losers, and we don't like them, and we're going to trash them. So if you cave to the mainstream media and the swamp, you're going to get McConnell again. I'm glad you mentioned him. You're going to get McCarthy or some insider because we have to do the vote today. And I'm starting to think, you know what? Maybe this is not a historic fail, guys. Maybe this is a historic opportunity to say, like the head coaches, time out here. You did everything, McCarthy. You horse traded everything. You did every inside swamp deal, and you didn't get it done. So now we're either going to have to go to Jordan or Scalise or somebody and find a new way forward. Because otherwise, we're going to wind up with McConnell, Ronna McDaniel, and Kevin McCarthy. And nothing will have changed. So I actually think if it was Bongino and others, this might be a historic opportunity. Wonder what you think.
Well, what's worse than that is we have Matt Gaetz today who supposedly said, now I didn't hear this. I hope someone asked him about this because I think we should know. He said he doesn't care if Hakeem Jeffries becomes a Speaker of the House. That's a quote that's attributed to him today. I don't know if that's true. But you have people nominating Jordan, like you said. Jordan comes out and says, I don't want to be Speaker. Matt Gaetz goes on the floor, nominates Jordan. Jordan votes for McCarthy. He gets up, nominates McCarthy, speaks for McCarthy. So all these guys who love Jordan, what Jordan's doing just the opposite of what they want to do. And what I don't understand is, just to play devil's advocate, because I'm no fan of McCarthy. And by the way, you can't discuss this. If you discuss anything about this not looking good for the Republicans, it means you support McCarthy. Just so you know, right. That's the talking point, Ed. But you have Jordan who says he doesn't want it. You have him putting McCarthy up. Then McCarthy doesn't get the votes. Jordan doesn't get the votes. Gaetz says, I don't care if Jeffries gets it. How long do you think it is until the Democrats say, okay, we did the Jeffries thing yesterday. He got 212 every time. That's what he's going to get. Let's forget that. Why don't we go see if we can make a deal for Fred Upton? Let's get our caucus let's get this left of center Rhino, whoever we can find, whether it's Upton or whether it's this other guy, McHenry, we keep hearing about. And why don't we make a move for something like that? You think that's on the table for the Democrats?
Look, Pelosi was asked about this a few moments ago as she left the Capitol. Reporters asked her, is there going to be a deal? Are you going to? And she said, look, we're going Jeffries and the Democrats are united. We shall see. If they think they can get a Rhino, I suspect you're right that maybe they'll do some horse trading. Maybe they'll get some more seats on committees, more BS, more inside baseball. I think more important is, where are the Republicans? Because, yeah, the Democrats may play games. But to your question about Jordan, look, Jordan is for McCarthy until he's for Jordan, right? I mean, we've seen this kind of thing before. I mean, like Dick Cheney was leading the vice presidential search for George W. Bush, in 2000, right? And he was for any number of people until Bush said, I like you. All right, Cheney was for Cheney. So Jordan is going to keep saying, I'm for judiciary chairman. I'm the guy. I'm that guy, because he doesn't want to be disloyal up front. But if overnight they simply don't have the votes for McCarthy, and he doesn't want to look foolish, is my point, Jordan. He wants to be a loyal guy until the loyalty is run out and McCarthy can't win. But then you don't want to put your name up there if you're going to get 208 votes too. If you're Jordan, you have to get some guarantee. I'm going to get to 218. And I suspect that's why Scalise is being relatively quiet right now as well. You're with McCarthy until you're not, right? If you're the assistant head coach at Michigan, you're for Harbaugh until Harbaugh goes to the Broncos or somewhere. And then you'd love to be the Wolverines coach. You'd love to be go Michigan, go blue, right?
Exactly.
You are for Harbaugh until Harbaugh leaves.
Yeah. I guess the thing is, though, you look, they keep saying it's about the Freedom Caucus. Well, the Freedom Caucus is more than 20 members. You've got 20 who are not voting for McCarthy. You've got 204 that are. So you've got this 20. So it's not all about the Freedom Caucus, because you don't have the full Freedom Caucus voting against McCarthy. You just have this 20, and really you've got 5 that kind of want to control everything. Because like you said, McCarthy has given a lot of concessions on these rules that they want. They want certain things where bills have to be this and this, that. He's given a lot and still got no's. Lauren Boebert took $2 million from him for her campaign. She's a no on him. Bob Good in Virginia took $2 million from him. Now he's a no on him. So this argument today that it's all about conservatism and it's all about the party and it's all about change. Okay, I get that to a degree, but it just looks like chaos. The Democrats would love for this to go on for a couple more days. And I still don't know from watching today, and even what we've talked about so far, I guess, so you're saying Jim Jordan is the end game. What is the end game here?
To me, it's Jordan or Scalise. Otherwise, you're going to get stuck with a Fred Upton or a Rhino.